Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob. And we're here. I just took the U-Haul back this morning, just got back, and now I'm working on a pile of trash that was left here when these people left. And I'm going to tell you, these people were trashy. I mean literally trashy. The whole house was filled up with trash, and the building was full of trash, still is. The cellar where I'm going to put the shop, it was full of trash. I just finally got it cleaned up and got everything unloaded out of the U-Haul from my shop to put in there. And we're going to walk over there and look, but it's been an interesting move. We didn't get the shop. The shop was left behind. I got all my tools out of it and left her for free. The walls was rotten. I think we bent the axles because my cousin was following me, and he said that when it hit a bump, it bounced, and when it came down, it didn't come back up. So I think we bent the axles. So even now, with my tools out of it, it's still overloaded. So I probably raised it 2 inches just taking the tools out. But anyway, we got a lot of work to do to the house, a lot of window work, where the frames have come apart and they've just fallen down, and it's got a gap between the glass and the frame, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. See up there, that window right there, it's got a gap in it. Same thing with that one up there. And right now we're just taking stuff up there to the burn pile. But this is the trash that we got to worry about. I got to get this out of here. Last night we had a coon come in here and destroy this. It was worse than this, and I cleaned it up a little bit. But all this trash come out of that building and the house. The biggest part of it come out of the house. And it's got to be gotten rid of. So we're burning what we can burn, and the rest of it we're going to bag it up and take her out of here. This is going to be the new shop, and it's going to be a small one. So I already got my toolbox set up, and that's where it's going to stay because I couldn't find my wheels to put on it. Didn't find them until after I got it set up. So looks like it's there permanently. What we're going to do is we're going to try to build a bench from here all the way to the end, to the wall. And we're going to put, instead of 4x4s on the back post, we're going to put 1x going all the way to the ceiling. And we're going to do that every probably 2 or 3 feet. The reason for that is once I've got the bench made, and it's all going to be out of ash, which is a very sought after wood, hard to find, it ain't eat up by the worms. But the reason for that is so I can screw ply or OSB to the wall, so I have something I can put all my tools, all my hanging tools up, and we're going to do that all the way around. Now that bench there is going to fill that hole in and come straight out here, and this is where I'm going to put the vise, and I'll probably put the drill press right here in the middle. That is not going to go there. There's going to be a bench starting from the toolbox all the way and tie into this shelf, the existing shelf that's here, and this bench here, the meal bench. So this is going to be one big bench, and that's where I'll mount the grinders, or grinder. We'll mount the grinder right on the end, right somewhere close to the toolbox. We haven't decided yet how we're going to do all this, but there's the tools laying on the floor. The lathe is going to go right here, and we're probably going to put a breaker box back there. That would be that big boy. We'll put the breaker box there, run the line out there, and hopefully we'll find a way to go out. And then I've got to wire everything, so that's another reason for having plywood backing, so that I can have a place to recess my outlets, because I'm going to have outlets all the way around the room. I got to get a couple more of these lights, 3 more to be exact, because I want to put one every quarter. So I have plenty of light in here. It does have a concrete floor, so that's a good thing. And I'm gonna tell you, man, my tools are starting to rust just from being inside the U-Haul, and that's driving me nuts. So I got to get this stuff back together. I put a bunch of oil on everything to make sure that it didn't get any worse. But I had no idea that being in the back of that truck would cause that much rust. But I got my 12-volt system out of the shop too, and my breaker box, and just stuff like that. And we're going to use the upstairs for storage for the shop, because you can walk out here, and I'm going to have me a chair sitting right here, so when I'm taking a break I can sit here and watch traffic and get caught up on the local gossip. And I bet you I get up here and find that something's been in this pile of trash too, because there's trash everywhere, man. These people were in no shortage of trash. And look, I done cleaned that up once. Something keeps getting up here, and I think it's a raccoon, and I'm going to be waiting for him tonight. This is the 3rd night he's done this. He ain't going to do it a 4th. And then we got the rest of my junk up here. And that bed frame there was here, and it's made out of wormy chestnut. That's going to go in my bedroom. That stand right there is also going to go in my bedroom, because I like it. It's all wormy chestnut. And then there's a twin-sized bed that we have on the front porch that we couldn't get upstairs, that I have to take the headboard off of to get it upstairs. But anyway, that's where all my junk is. So now let's go and show you some more stuff. I didn't get my table saw. It was just too aggravating to try to get it out, and we was tired, wore out, and it was a Harbor Freight $159. Actually, I don't even think it was that much. I think it was somewhere closer to about $70 for that table saw. And I didn't get my bandsaw. I mean my belt sander. That was an old cheap Harbor Freight. Didn't keep true. Didn't have enough power to sand anything correctly. But we got a corn crib here that they're deciding on whether to tear it down or whatever, and it's all wormy chestnut, every last bit of it. Somebody caught the barn on fire a couple weeks ago, burnt that down, and ruined all the trees around it. So my cousin's going to have to come in here and get these trees out of here for him. And I got a chicken and a bench and a pump that I'd actually like to restore that pump or something. and that way I have a second source of water. But I had some people coming here and asking if this place was for rent and wouldn't take no for an answer, and I thought I was going to have to get belligerent with them, and couldn't hardly understand the woman. And then the guy that was with her says, well, can we have that chicken out in your yard? Fuck no, you can't have my chicken. Trespassing is what I was thinking. But yeah, everybody's after my chicken. So let's go in the house here and get you guys out of the sunlight. Like that, maybe. This is the back porch where I've got the washer, dryer, and my refrigerator plugged in. And we walk into the kitchen and everything's in a disarray. I got a hutch and it's all wormy chestnut. And I think that's wormy chestnut. I'm not sure about this, but I'm pretty sure this is wormy chestnut. It looks like that other wood, but if it's not, it's still pretty. We got what keeps me going right there. That had to be up first. But I'm finding a whole lot of stuff here that I can use, like for instance this cast iron lid. And I don't know where these gnats are coming from. I got ants I got to get rid of because they're coming in right down there in the hole. But it's clean there. I don't know why there's gnats. When there wasn't nothing at all in that sink, it was still gnats. So there must be, the drain must be needing to be cleaned. Alright, then we walk into the dining room, which is also in a disarray. Table was here, chairs was here, that stand right there was here, and that's pretty much it. The rest of it's mine. Then we've got the bathroom and hot water heater, which I had to fix. They had busted all this stuff in here, the pipes. They had busted these two pipes and I had to put a coupler in there, and this one I had to elbow over here because it wasn't, that's probably why it busted, because it had a bind. And there's the breaker box. Now you check this guys out. Look at this. Every single one of those are 10 amp breakers. You tell me how the hell they're running a 220 hot water heater on a 10 amp breaker. So I'm betting any amount of money that they have it wired direct. Very dangerous. But that's alright. This is the brand new gas hot water heater. And this room here is going to be completely gutted and started over from joist and wall stud, and everything gets replaced. The hot water heater gets replaced, the sink gets replaced, the toilet gets replaced, and the shower gets replaced. And it's going to be a one piece. So this is going to be a pretty nice bathroom once I'm done. Alright, so then we walk out of the kitchen and over into the living room. And this couch was here, which needs badly cleaned, so I got to shampoo the couch, because it is comfortable and it is soft. It just needs a little cleaning, and I think I'll like that couch. Then they had these airplanes up on the wall or on the ceiling, and that entertainment center was here, and this house is full of those right there, gas heaters. And this house runs off of natural gas, and the part I like about it is the gas is free for the rest of my life. So I'm going to get everything gas. If I can get a toilet that's freaking gas, I'm going to get it. We're going to make this house, living in this house, as free as possible. Then we got the hallway, and my fish tank, my 55 is going to go right there. Alright, then we got the front porch, and it's a pretty big one. As you can see, we got it going on out here, and there's the bed I want to take upstairs that matches the rest of it, and all this is wormy chestnut also. Every last bit of this is wormy chestnut. It's that pretty wood. There's that bench that's wormy chestnut. There's enough wormy chestnut here to keep me busy for a while. Alright, so then we go upstairs, and I'm going to take a detour. Remember, we was in the kitchen, right? Now if I turn and go down these steps, we are right back in the kitchen. See? I think these are the coolest steps in the world. I got two options to sneak up on somebody breaking into my house or whatever. Alright, and this over here is going to be the 3D printer room, which I've already got started setting up. I got to move the toolbox and put it somewhere. But this is going to be my hobby room for like 3D printer, maybe some sewing room or something like that. I haven't decided yet about the sewing room. I'm thinking maybe we could put this in here. Now since then, I had that one there, that sewing machine, Brothers, that I bought brand new. Well, I found two more sewing machines here. I found this one right here, and I'll show you this. This is pretty cool. But right there is a sewing machine by Signature, and it looks like it's all there. No plastic on that one. And then I found another Brothers that was missing the little thing, the insert. Alright, and then we got the gun vise sitting here, and the reason I got it sitting there is because I think I'm going to use this window for shooting out of, and sighting stuff in and whatever. And this will also be the guest room. Alright, and then we got my bedroom, which you can see we've already got set up over there. And my grandma died a long time ago, about four or 5 years ago. And she made that blanket before that quilt before she died, and my aunt brought that down here and got me to bawling like a big baby. Told me that was made by my grandma, and the first thing I did was hug it and bring it up here and put it on my bed. Yeah, I know, it's mushy. Don't tell nobody I'm mushy. We can't be having all that shit. So, there's what's going on with the Bison workshop. We got a long way to go. But at least I've got the U-Haul taken back. So my stuff is here. Whatever's here is here. Now this is the laundry room, and it needs to be restored. It needs a new floor in it and new paint. But as you can see, they didn't put the washer back there for some reason. So I'm thinking maybe that floor just might be rotten. So we're probably going to have to put a floor in here, and we can store towels and stuff like that there. All my skillets are going to hang on the wall, probably right here. We're probably going to hang all my frying pans here and behind the door. I don't know yet. We got a lot to do. I know one thing, this house is like a wind tunnel. So, there you have it. An update for the Bison workshop. Oh, we got one more. Let me show you one more place. On the back of the shop here, right there's the shop, and then that's the upstairs where I showed you. Well, we got a building back here that is just plumb full of wormy chestnut. Look at this big wide board. All this is wormy chestnut. Very expensive wood. They used wormy chestnut on the dumbest things that I ever seen. They just wasted this wormy chestnut when this wormy chestnut should have been used for something a little better than what they used it for. I mean, they just used it, cut it all to pieces. We also got us a planer, and the blades, there's more blades in the shop for this planer. So I got me a planer and a birdhouse, which I'm going to put up sooner or later. So it's a pretty cool place. We need some guttering on this place, I know that. So there you have it. The update for Bison Workshop's move and where we're at on the bench or on the shop. I got to build benches, so I can't do nothing until tomorrow. And I know I'm getting that sun right in y'all's eyes. We can't do anything until tomorrow because I got to go up on the hill at the farm, the family farm, and get the wood for it. Like I said, I'm planning on building benches across there with shelves in the bottom, and it's all going to be out of ash. It's going to be really tough benches. You're not going to break those benches. So basically, it's just going to be benches all the way around us, and this is where we're going to start doing our videos. I'm thinking about keeping that that cabinet that I was thinking about making a gun cabinet out of it, but I think I'm going to use it and slide it all the way up to where the door starts and just leave it the way it is and put my paints in there and store stuff and kind of sand it off and rough it a little bit and get this gray paint off of it somebody sprayed on it, and then take some boiled linseed oil and rub it down real good. I think that'll be a really nice addition to the Bison workshop. So a lot left to do, guys, and I'm about wore out, literally wore out. I don't believe that it would be hard at all for me to take a sleep and sleep for a week straight, as I'm tore up. So wish me luck, guys, and we'll be back to making videos soon. Right now my first priority is getting the shop up and going, and we won't be able to do that until tomorrow. So right now I'm just working a little bit on the house and get rid of some of this pile, and then tonight we'll have a bonfire and hopefully I have company. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want to help the channel out, it would greatly be appreciated. It's you can do so with PayPal by PayPaling it to bisonworkshop@gmail.com. All the contributions that have been donated to the shop so far has went towards this move. Every last penny of it is gone, and I ended up paying more than $500 for the truck, and here I am broke again. I've got to replace the stove, and I've got to replace my dryer, because this house has no 220 running anywhere. It's all gas. So I'm going to have to either sell my stuff and hope I can find a gas stove that somebody's selling and a gas dryer, so that I can at least cook. Right now I can't cook except for in a microwave, and that's going to get old really quick. So that's one of the things on my agenda, and I got to fix some windows and get the shop going, get the yard cleaned up, get the yard mowed. I got a lot to do. I still haven't got the house completely unpacked. So again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.